Let's talk about the opposition. So I mentioned already we have the elections here next year, 2025. But imagine you are a 20-year-old Albanian. You are considering your options. Do I go to the UK? Do I go to Germany? Do I stay here? Oh, there's an election coming up. Do I vote for more of the same, or do I vote for the opposition? And let's look at the opposition. We have Luzlin Basha, who is the head of some faction of, I'm not quite sure what. Then there's some other PD people who are in parliament, and I'm not quite sure who's in charge of that. And then we have Sali Berisha, who has been president, prime minister, you know, over the last 30 years, who's on house arrest. Who are they supposed to vote for? I mean, I don't know what opposition there is. How does a 20-year-old, a 25-year-old, an 18-year-old, a young mother, a professional, who are they supposed to vote for? How can we get out of this mess?
We can't. They are desperate. They are literally desperate. These are what I call the silent majority of Albania. Is this group of people that, you know, obviously you understand the brain has left. Whoever was smart and had the possibility of leaving, they left. And they are doing have an excellent life in UK, like you said, or America. Sadly, and of course, like I said before, I'm going to be very open in everything I say, and I may say things that are controversial but are true. There is a large group of people in Albania that are extremely, I'm not going to say low IQ, but like every population has a group that are, you know, a little bit ignorant, and, you know, they are a major issue for the whole society.
Not as highly educated as the others.
Not educated at all. I mean, okay, you're trying to be very nice and good for you, but I'm going to speak a little more bluntly. And what happens in this case is that the brain has left, okay? And then you have this group that you feel their power more because this is who's left. And then there is another group of people which are the silent majority. And these people are the ones that are suffering the most because they are stuck in between the group of ignorance and the corrupted government, and they cannot leave because they don't want to get into a boat with two kids to go to UK. You understand? Like they don't have the possibility of leaving, not that they don't want to leave. And they are the ones that are fully desperate. At this point, I get a lot of messages from these people privately. I've met them working for the government because I was in Albania doing a few things for myself. I had to go in certain ministries, and people will speak to me and tell me their concerns, and they are like, we can't wait for something to happen and change everything. They are sick and tired of Edi Rama. They are sick and tired of Sali Berisha. But honestly, at this point, because the opposition is a complete mess, like you mentioned, everything that is going on, chances are they are going to give the vote to Edi Rama because, believe it or not, Edi Rama's is a little bit more stable.
Of course,
like
more
meaning
of the same.
What I mean by has things, they are, oh yeah, but he's got his own things under control. He got his own ducks in order. And this is what I was trying to say before, which I forgot, and we start talking about Kosovo, when you said, am I considering going back? So after Edi Rama got Grenell and Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump and got them in his pockets, okay, there's no discussion, because the island of Suzanne is about $400 million, just so we're clear. If you do the value based on the comparables that I've done from properties on the mainland, okay? So the value can be a little bit higher depending what you're building, depending what you're bringing back. Edi Rama got them, and Sali Berisha, a Trump world was the only option he had if Trump came, and they would reconsider his file and see if the sanctions were justified or not. Because obviously he wants the sanctions lifted, especially for his own kids. And I don't blame him. Like, that's his, you know, his right to do so. But Edi Rama, having these people in his pocket, has cornered Berisha. So if Berisha speaks about Suzanne Island, which is a full corruptive case, then he may lose the possibility of the sanctions being lifted from him. So just like Edi Rama, or just the way that Edi Rama blackmailed Lul Basha in 2021, I have a feeling that he's doing the same in 2025 with Sali Berisha. But if I was in Albania and I stayed in Democratic Party when the door was open and when Berisha was telling me, whatever position you want, just choose, because we had once a very long conversation about this. And then I didn't really want to come back to Albania. I had zero desire. But if I was the chairwoman of the Democratic Party, I would have destroyed their whole game. Why? Because then now you have the Trump people that Edi Rama is buying, and I'm telling them, so wait, you're going to go and support Edi Rama and come against me, a conservative that I've been part of the campaign, that I met Ray Grenell in the campaign, because that's how I met Ray Grenell, through a Trump world. Or would you prefer me to be the prime minister, which I'm part of, the conservative movement in America? So they would have been in the position, so wait, what do we do? So the best chance for them to step back and not give support to Edi Rama would have been if I was in the picture, okay? Regardless what Berisha had his issues, he could have been doing things from home and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, but we could have taken it away from Edi Rama. But Berisha refused to give this right now for many, many reasons. First of all, because he doesn't trust me, since I've been openly going after him for everything he did with the party. But, the party, what I've seen them do to the opposition has been shocking beyond belief. And if Berisha stayed a little bit more the ground and what we started in 2021, his chances of doing things better right now would have been much higher. We could have won the 2025. Albanians needed a figure that is completely uncorrupted, that has never been corrupted or involved with any of them. I was accused of being paid by Sali Berisha. Now everybody knows Sali Berisha never paid me. Then they said Velia paid me. Now they know Velia never paid me. So they know I don't get bought. That this is a fact, that I've proven it. And then I could have taken this fight with Jared Kushner and Ivanka and Grenell about what they are doing in Albania with Edi Rama. And Edi Rama, so basically it's like if you're playing chess, right? Because it's all about strategy. Edi Rama got Berisha this way, and Berisha could have gotten Edi Rama by putting me in front and let me deal privately with Grenell, with Jared Kushner and everybody else. And then Edi Rama, I believe, would have let it go, because he have said it before that he wants to let it go, but apparently doesn't want to leave it. He leave the government to Sali Berisha. He doesn't want to leave it to the opposition that is right now, as if Edi Rama is any different from the opposition, but that's a different story.